Hello again. Yeah. In my last video, I talked about my hair a bit and how I did it. It's basically it's all sorts of kind of on braids and bits that aren't braided, like I guess like a faux undercut that's got braids in it with my own hair, and then underneath my little dreads. Stroke them a bit. I like them. They're my babies. I like the way they wiggle. I like the textures. I like the feeling of something that's a bit kind of wild about them. You know, I like neglect threads. I like that sort of thing. In contrast to this, which is a very controlled and sensible hairstyle, really. I suppose. Yeah. So I've got my little dreads and things. What was I going to talk about? Because I kind of ran out of time, and you know, it's only 15 minutes. Cause I can't be asked to register this YouTube account or anything like that. So like 15 minutes maximum. So cut the last video short. What was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about these. How I wash them. Yeah. I've had braids quite a few times, and as you can see, they're quite long. My hair's kind of nipple length, I guess, or you know, owl's eyeball length if you're wearing this t-shirt. And my braids are a bit longer. They're about another 2-4 inches longer, kind of longer at the front than at the back, to sort of give them this kind of slightly angled bob-ish kind of feel in the way they hang. Yeah, so they're quite long. So if you can imagine, if these get wet, they are heavy. They're even heavier than the way that Neil and the young ones goes heavy. They're like ridiculously heavy. They weigh a ton if they get wet. Like the last time I had them, you know, or a few times, actually, no, a couple of times before that. I've had these lots of times. Different braids done different ways. I've had wool ones, I've had plastic ones, I've had bits of sort of clear plastic in, I've had all sorts of funny stuff in my hair over the years, and amazingly it's all still here. Yeah, but wool or even plastic extensions, if they get completely wet, they do weigh a lot, and they are quite heavy on the scalp. So yeah, I try not to get them like soaking wet for too long. One thing I used to do, I used to wash my braids with regular shampoo and regular conditioner, which is probably not the best thing to do. The conditioner and shampoo kind of built up in the middle of them, and then it would get a bit smelly and a bit weird. So yeah, I try to do whatever I can to avoid building up in that nowadays. You know, if I was going to use shampoo, I'd only use like a really gentle clarifying shampoo, or maybe like baby shampoo or something. I wouldn't use things that are really sodium lauryl sulfate chemically stuff if I could avoid it, because you know, sort of heavier kind of shampoos, because I think they just leave too much build up, which causes problems. Yeah, I think if I put conditioner on them, there's a tendency to slide down the hair a bit, which kind of defeats the purpose of all the work one's put in, sort of keeping them tight and, you know, not having to do them more often than you need to, really. Yeah, I'll screw that. That's a waste of time. So I guess I try not to get them wet very often now. I mean, obviously if I like spilled something on them, I'd clean them and make sure they were clean and stuff, but I generally try not to wash the whole things because it just takes too long to dry. Although I do really wash wash the roots quite well. I don't use regular shampoo for that. I discovered that you can make up a mixture of various things that's like a wash for the roots and for the rest of the hair that doesn't create build-up. And what I use for that is, probably other people do the same thing, is that I use baking soda. Pardon me. There's like these recipes on the internet for like baking soda dreadlock wash. A lot of people use baking soda and vinegar. Now, I really don't like the smell of vinegar. Maybe I'm like a cat in that respect, because cats really don't like the smell of vinegar. It really upsets them and hurts their little noses. Maybe I'm just sort of feline on some level, I don't know. But yeah, I don't like the smell of vinegar. So instead of using vinegar to counterbalance the alkaline pH of the baking soda, I mix that up with a bit of like Jif lemon juice, those ones that come in little plastic lemons, because that's citric acid instead of, what is it, ethanoic acid is vinegar? Citric acid, which is like lemon juice or that kind of thing, which has a nice pleasant lemony smell. I like lemony things and orange stuff and things like that, like zesty kind of things, you know. And so sort of mix those things up in a little jug, and they fizz a bit. Add a bit, you know, mix it up with like nice warm water, and throw in essential oils, different essential oils for different things, of course. I put in, I think like peppermint oil is quite nice if you want minty smells, or tea tree, which has good antiseptic properties if you get like dandruff and stuff and itchy scalp. A bit of tea tree every now and again. I wouldn't use it all the time because it's a bit too zingy for me. Other oils, grapefruit oil is really good. It's really nice. Papaya oil. Now that's something that's just wonderful. I just thought I'd talk about this anyway because it's such a wonderful thing. If you have like scars and stuff, papaya oil gets rid of them. It's just amazing. It dissolves them from the inside. There's this enzyme in it called papain. It's really good for the skin. So a few drops of that perhaps. You know, in case something like going, because I do play with my hair a lot. I don't know what you call that, trichotillomania or something, but I like textures and I kind of sit and go all the time. Yeah, other oils. Lavender's nice. You can't have too much lavender. It's just nice in the bath, you know. I mean, really, I suppose they've got baking soda. That's a bit strange as an alternative to shampoo, but it's not really that strange. It's just like mixing up a bath bomb, really. Those things you buy from like Lush, they're just a big ball of baking soda that goes in the bath. So is it really that different? But yeah, I do several things when I'm washing these. You know, using that sort of mix. That mix is quite nice for the dreads. I just yeah, make sure they get a bit of attention. Yeah, try to be nice to them. No nasty chemicals on them. No conditioners on them because it just unravels them. Yeah, so I try to be nice to them, try to be nice to my hair, that sort of thing. The stuff, the wash, yeah. Oh yeah, what I do is I go in the bath, just lift them all up on top, put a big bubble in the top so they're all high up, you know, out the way. Then I can like get a jug of the stuff and just pour it through the roots without getting like the ends of the braids wet. And that way it's quicker for them to dry, and I just sort of keep it up until it's dry really, and it just dries, and after a while it feels really nice and fresh. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I sort of try to keep the braids separate from the dreads underneath. So I've got these ones underneath in a row at the back, just a few dreads underneath. Actually, like kind of semi-neglect dreads, really kind of, you know, I did a little bit of twist and rip on them, and then I kind of just left them. I quite like the way they go sort of slightly flat where I sleep on them. It's like, oh, little beds, almost. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna keep these forever. You know, and see how long they get. Yay. Stuff. I like to grab hold of them. It's like comforting somehow. I don't know why. It just is. Just comforting. But yeah, drying them. Yeah, just dry my hair. Just all tied up like that. You know, just hope it's not going to be like your typical English summer. And then they're okay, you know, it's nice, yeah. Yeah, I think things I'm going to say about these. Oh, beads. Stony beads. I really like stony beads. I like the idea of having like stones around my head, because it's a bit like your head being in the middle of a stone circle, which is like cosmic and stuff, you know. Yes, I am a little bit of a hippie, as you can see. It's a little bit hippie-ish around here. Yeah. I like that sort of thing. But yeah, stone beads. Yeah, you can pay quite a lot for like beads for plaits and dreads and stuff. But I sort of found that, you know, because I think there's like a lot of beads that you buy, like sort of gemstones and stuff, the holes in them aren't quite big enough. You know, you kind of need like 4 or 5 millimeters or more, depending on how big they are. I mean, braids you can get away with 4 or 5, these little ones. But yeah, I've got like a few gemstone ones in there. The ones I use are these ones for these bracelets called Pandora bracelets, which are like a silver bracelet that have quite chunky beads. The beads for them, you can either get them with silver middle bits, or that sort of protect the gemstone, or you can get ones that are just like a gemstone with a hole in it. Now, they're the ones I use. You can sort of look, but if you look for like Pandora beads, because they're called Pandora bracelets, you can get really nice beads that you can put on braids for not very much money. Like, you know, I think I said in the last video, that there were turquoise ones that were 5 or 6 quid for 10. It's actually 50 for 5 or 6 quid. You know, and you can get like lapis lazuli ones, similar for I think you've got to buy about 150, but you can get like 150 for 30 quid. So, you know, that's enough to last a few years, or, you know, unless if you're constantly losing things, which I'm not, or, you know, give them to your friends as presents and whatever. They wear some fun beads as well. Yeah, that's what to pay. I mean, you don't really need to pay more than that. You know, or you can put in wooden ones, drill your own holes in things. The wooden ones, it's quite easy. That's getting the problems of craft stuff, and this is really just about washing hair. Yeah, just lemon juice and baking soda. Lemon juice and baking soda is what I use. Anyway, yeah, maybe I'll be posting more videos. Might do some stuff on some art projects and that kind of thing at some point, or possibly even some music. Who knows? Bye.